German engineering at its finest? Find out right here, right now. Greetings pedalheads and welcome to romrom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. We thankfully got a test rim lent from Ascher Racing for free for this test and we'll tell you all about it and give you, as always, enough information to let you decide if it's worth the price or not. Our first impression of it is that it's massive. We thought it was bigger than the cube control I have, it isn't, and the weight is in the middle range. You can move it around okay-ish, but it's not a frisbee, nor should you ever treat it that way. Compared to the version 1 of the rim with the same denomination, it has a slightly different design. For example, the lower part of the grip is closed, and of course, this grip is rubberized. The 14 buttons it has are colored differently and are mostly within the reach of my thumbs, but I have big hands. Only the 2 yellow buttons down below were difficult to reach for me. Other than in the cube control, the buttons have no lights. While I on VR should not care a bit about that, I personally prefer the lights in the cube control. On the other hand, if the LED on the cube control ever fails, you're left with a gray button. With colored buttons, this doesn't happen. The stickers are either black or white and don't have much information on them. They are okay, although quite small. As I memorize the position of the buttons and neither stickers nor colors are important to me, and I expect when you are driving you are not looking at the wheel, these are more aesthetic reference points and prone to be different depending on personal preference. Your mileage may vary, to each his own and all that. And while it may seem they are no rotary buttons, the 2 black buttons in the middle, right above the blue ones, work as a button, directional button, or if you prefer joystick, and as a rotary button. The buttons have a clear clicking point, and even though that point on the cube control is even clearer, it's clear enough on the Ascher wheel to be noticeable when you drive. The shifting panels are nice to the touch and have a great tactile and audible shifting point. Compared to the cube control, which is my only other reference point at the moment, they feel more precise and have a clearer shifting point. If on the other hand they feel too strong for you, Ascher delivers 2 sets of alternative magnets which are not as strong as these 2. Personally, I felt the magnets here worked great and I had no impulse to change them at all. No matter if you use gloves or drive with your bare hands, you will have a good grip on the rim and will clearly notice the click point of the buttons as well as the shifting point of the paddles. The paddles feel firm and very much as if you could press on them for an eternity without them having or making a problem. Strong and black, just the way I like my coffee and my shifters. As with the other buttons and the shifters, the rotary buttons feel great and you notice each and every turn. Same can be said for the clicking points when you use them as a joystick. While you can change the battery here, and you will need to change it as it cannot be reloaded, as per Ascher's own information, a battery should be good for about 2 to 3 years. A point we obviously could not test, go figure. As with everything else in this rim, you will need the right hex key to do that. You may know these type of keys also by the name Allen key or inbus key. I would have preferred to have Ascher use AA or AAA batteries, which I always have at home and which are recharged the moment they are empty, as there are more than enough in the market as well as rechargers for them. Instead, the rim uses one ER14250 type battery. Another thing, if this is not going to be your only rim on the base, we advise you buy a fitting QR ring extra, as the wheel is not delivered with one. I had no problems connecting this wheel to the Simucube 2, a procedure which was fast and easy, and with any sim I used, the communication was fast, easy, and if I did anything wrong driving, it was not because of the wheel. Contrary to what I thought, just holding the wheel in my hands, the shift pedals were perfectly positioned and I could use them with no problems at all. All the buttons, save the two lower yellows, were also very easy to access. All in all, racing with the Ascher rim is as easy as everything else, and of course the rim could withstand any forces that the Simucube was throwing at it. The rim is strong and works very well with a base. It feels very good. Buttons and shift pedals are good, can be reached easily and have a great clicking point. We did not have any misclicks at all during our tests. Aesthetically, this is an engineer's idea of a wheel, and somehow you could say it's very German. To the point, everything works, form follows function and all that. It works like a charm, but there are nicer wheels out there. The Ascher F28-SC V2 has a price of €669 if you buy it directly from Ascher. See the link in our description and you can find it elsewhere for around that price, sometimes slightly cheaper. There's a healthy amount of places where you will find this rim. At the end of the day, if you decide to get this rim, you are getting a great work of engineering that I'm sure will deliver fun for many years. If what you see pleases you, you can't go wrong with the Ascher F28-SC V2. While I personally didn't like the look, nor did other people at RomRom, it's a feat of engineering and really great in all aspects. We are no engineers by any stretch of the imagination, but we hope we are great in all aspects for you, so go check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.